Estheticians, you know how important selling good quality retail products to your clients is. You know that it helps them get the results that you want for them, and it also helps build your business. Many of the estheticians in my community make up to 50% of their revenue just with retail products. The problem is, though, is that as a small business, as a new esthetician, it can be really hard to stock products. It can be expensive. You don't necessarily have access to all those medical grade skincare products that you would like. Enter Pomp Beauty. They allow you to create an online storefront specifically for your clients. You choose out of the 30 brands which you want to stock, from Jan Marini to IS Clinical to Sorella Apothecary and so much more. And you don't even need to stock these products. Pomp Beauty does it all for you, from helping you create a really beautiful professional online storefront to actually shipping out the products to your clients, and you get the commissions. I'm so excited to chat with the co-founder of Pomp Beauty, Shannon Erley. We're going to talk about how she created this business. And of course, we're going to talk about all about Pomp Beauty. But even if you don't use Pomp Beauty, this interview is going to be so helpful for you to learn how to sell more retail products, how to help your clients achieve their goals with the right products without feeling pushy and spammy, and how to grow your aesthetics business. So let's get into my interview with Shannon. Hey, Shannon. I'm so excited to chat with you. Thanks so much for taking the time to come on and tell us about yourself and Pomp Beauty and how to make more retail sales.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be chatting with you.
Yeah. So tell us quickly about yourself and how you got started doing Pomp Beauty.
I've been in the beauty retail world for the last now 15 years. So I was really working with um, a lot of mainstream brands that you would find in Sephora or Ulta, Amazon luxury beauty. However, I was about 7 or 8 years ago, quite frankly, just getting really frustrated with the beauty industry as a whole. One, as a consumer, it's so crowded and trying to figure out what product is best for my skin. And then personally, I was struggling with really bad adult hormonal acne. And so that's when I started going to estheticians, getting treatment, and then my skin really started to change. And for me, that was this light bulb moment of, wait a second, here's this massive industry with professionals and experts who truly know how to change skin, work with clients and make an impact on their skin, but in my opinion, they're just getting completely overlooked in the industry from, the new TikTok trend or a new influencer that might be coming out with a new trend. And so I just got really passionate about estheticians, small businesses, how do we support them to really help and grow their business?
How did you get the idea for like, oh, like we can have the products, like we can do all of that
Yeah.
logistic stuff for them? Like that's a big jump. That's a big commitment.
It first kind of started with my personal experience because I went to different estheticians, different med spas, and I would leave and they would either hand me one product or on a piece of paper they would write down, like on a script pad, what products I should what products I should. And then I had to go and try to figure out, okay, how do I find this Mandelic serum? How do I find this vitamin C product, or how do I reorder these products? And that's when I really started talking more with estheticians about the challenges of their business. And what it really boiled down to was a couple things. The cost to carry, even one product line can be a $3,000 or $4,000 opening order, let alone if you want to carry 4 or 5 skincare lines. And then the other component is kind of going to the access. So if you're a small business or you're a solo esthetician and you don't have a medical director, you can't even get access to certain product
Mm,
lines. One of the estheticians I was working with didn't have a medical director, but specifically recommended a product that she couldn't carry
mm.
because she didn't have a medical director. So then I had to go and figure out how to find it. And so for me, it was like, okay, how do we actually give these estheticians, give small businesses and larger aesthetic practices access to more product without the upfront cost of, thousands of dollars of holding inventory.
So can you tell us a little bit about how it works?
Yes. So it is truly simple. It is a truly simple platform for any esthetician. They can add recommendations, routines for their clients. So, an example, you do a facial for a client, or you just got done doing microneedling or a peel. While they're changing or while they're paying, you can either have them scan a QR code and they're immediately added into your account and you can create their routine, or you can quickly just add their first name and email, create that routine, post treatment protocol for them, and they get an instantaneous invite to Pomp, and they're
Mhm.
able to see all the steps and products that they're able to then order, right after the treatment.
So she signs you up like during your appointment, she quickly signs you up for Palm and helps you check out with this list of products. And you can either buy them right there or once you get home, you can check out there. And then
Yep.
what happens? So, how, like, they receive these products at their house?
Yes. So we directly partner with 35 skincare lines, and we're adding new partners every single month. And with that, the professional gets a 30% profit on every single order. And so what's so impactful about that is we as Pomp are not taking a profit off of the skincare at all. You are getting, as much of the profit off of skincare purchases from your clients. So what's really helpful about that, treatment protocol that you have created on the platform, they're then able to reference that. They're then able to reorder. So we know, a lot of estheticians, they can sell the product right after the treatment, but
Mhm.
then where's that retention? Where are your clients reordering the product? This is a way to really control their experience because now they're able to quickly reorder in between services.
Mhm. So 30% commissions. How does that compare to like the commissions or the profit margins that most estheticians carry on products that they physically keep in their on their shelves?
So when you order product, you might spend $3,000 for an opening order, and you can then retail it for 100% markups. You're making a 50% off of every product.
Mhm.
Where Pomp is, you're making 30%. If you're doing just a traditional affiliate, you could be making single digit percentages.
Right.
This is a much higher percentage. But then you also have to take into account if you're holding all of this retail, one, it could be, could go bad or be expired if you're not constantly moving through product. So you're constantly spending money to hold inventory. And a lot of times you might be making 40 or 50%. And a lot of times you're having to pay for shipping, also your time
Mhm.
involved.
And like you said, they get access to these brands that they normally wouldn't have access to. So what are some of these, kind of like medical level aesthetics brands that you give them access to?
We have a medical director, that oversees Pomp, all of the brands that we work with, and because of that, we're able to get access and give estheticians access to brands like Is Clinical, Revision, Elta MD, Jan Marini, and then on top of that, we have more botanically based lines like Sorella, Tammy Fender, Glymed. So we really run the gamut of types of product, price point. All of the brands that we work with come from esthetician recommendations. We turn brands down every single week that want to work with us. And every brand that we work with is vetted by our medical director, by a dozen estheticians who test and sample the product. So we don't ever just work with a brand, put it up. We do a lot of diligence on our end, and then
Mhm.
also training is hugely impactful as well. So
Mhm.
they can also educate themselves on a potential new line that they've been interested about, but maybe they didn't want to take the risk right off the bat of carrying the product in.
Say they wanna try out a new product, how do they, like, try it out? Does each brand have, like, a little, like, trial kit that you can order?
All of our samples are complimentary, so we do not, have estheticians pay for samples, so that's something that is also just a perk in and of itself.
So can you give us some examples of some of your estheticians, like how much money they're making on here, maybe some of your top performers?
So to give you an idea, with Pomp, estheticians who are incorporating Pomp on top of what they're already doing and making in the treatment room, on the low end of retail sales, estheticians are adding anywhere from $1,000 on the low end to $8,000 a month, on top of what they're already doing. So we're talking an additional $12,000 a year in additional sales from retail alone to upwards six figures. We have estheticians
Wow.
who are making an additional $120,000 a year just in retail sales.
That's a game changer. You know so much about skincare, about selling. You worked in the sales part of skincare for these big brands before you did brand launches. So you know about what it takes to sell products. A lot of the estheticians in my community, they know how important sales are, but they they just feel like they suck at it. Like, it's like, I don't know what to say. So, what are your top tips for selling? We all know about, like, selling through educating, but can
Yeah.
you dive into that a little bit more for us?
With estheticians, you guys are trained, educated, you know skin. Your clients are coming to you. And so, yes, education is a huge part. But I also think too, it's not about forcing, a quote unquote sale. It's getting to know your client. What are they using at home? Just asking these questions.
Mhm.
Where are they purchasing products? They're coming to you and spending, hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on treatments, lasers, they're spending and investing in their skin. And if they're not walking out with product, they're buying it somewhere. And if they're spending that much with you, they are spending it's elsewhere, and they're
Mhm.
getting their skincare elsewhere. What products do you love using? And just starting those conversations around what their hesitations might be.
Mhm.
Where are they purchasing product? Because if they're spending, $1,000 on, a 3-month package with you, and then you find out that they're going to CVS to purchase skincare, you need to get to the bottom of it. But then it's asking questions and then pairing it with the education. It doesn't need to be a hard sell at all.
Mm.
It's, hey, I'm going to create a routine for you for your, post microneedling. And these are the products that I would recommend. This is the number one product that you should get, and really lean into, okay, is the hesitation around price? Okay, we can work around that, because one, with Pomp, we have products that range, on the low end from $20 a product all the way up to 100. So
Mhm.
price should never be an issue. And then two, what is the number one product that you need your client to use to see change? And then start there, and then you can expand. And I also like, just I think what's so powerful about the technology and platform that Pomp has built is you're able to kind of ease into a sale, and
Mhm.
it's like, instead of just writing down some things, it's, hey, I've created your whole routine for you. This is the product I'm gonna order for you right now. And then when you're ready to order the rest, everything is built out by step routine. You can message me with any questions. Your client wants to feel like you genuinely care. And when you
Mhm.
do, that makes, a sale that much easier, where
Yeah.
instead of, you're not, pushing products on them.
I love talking about client experience, like from how clients book with you to what their vibe is when they first walk into your space to what your treatment looks like start to finish. So, can you tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about your take on the guest experience, maybe how you can make it special, and then how to really seamlessly blend in that education and those conversations about products?
Look, you guys are in this field for a reason. And you're so good at working with clients, changing their skin. And so there's no reason why there would, you know, nurturing them and following up with them. would or should be any different from booking to, post treatment, in between treatments. So from that, from a technology standpoint, that client experience is, okay, it was super easy to book with this esthetician. I now, and now I have a place where I can message them. I have a place where I can reference my routine. I have a place where I can upload before and after photos. So there's this technology component to help with your clients. And then I always think it's set things up, like automate things if you're able to. If you know, like Monday or Tuesdays are your admin days, use those days to check in with all the clients that you saw from the week before. Create a somewhat templatized message that you're able to follow up with them from the week prior. Also, I think what is overlooked and can be so impactful is, who are you seeing this upcoming week? And send them a message, whether it's, through the Pomp Messenger platform, or if you are an email person, or if you have all your clients on text, however you like to best communicate with your clients, look at who you're seeing that upcoming week and send them a note on how, like, what are their needs for this week, so you feel like you are top of mind for them. And that's also too with uh cancellation. So you're staying
Yeah.
top of mind, and you empathy in the beginning. And then also honestly, packages can work really well. And I know that sounds a little weird with like client experiences, but when they start to see their skin change, incorporating things like packages to encourage retention and that consistency helps, because when you have a client and their skin is changing, they are like, their whole experience, as we know, is going to get better, because they're going to feel better about themselves and more confident.
So,
Because
can you expand on what you mean by packages? So, like creating a package with different treatments or mini treatments inside of it that it's specific for that client or
that can mean a lot for clients, where you're like, "Hey, I know your needs are acne and hyperpigmentation, and this week I'm gonna be focused on this. In 2 weeks, I want you coming back for this," and kind of building a custom. And I haven't
Mm.
seen that done a lot, but when I have seen it done, it's done really well, and that can really improve not only the client experience, but also then just their results, and really keep them.
And I love what you said about communication, not just after the appointment, which I do want to get to, but before the appointment, which is actually something I've never taught on. It never actually occurred to me. Because I'm just always here trying to get people to follow up with their clients after the
Yes.
appointment, which is already, an uphill battle because a lot of people don't do that. Um,
Yeah.
but let's talk about like what we can say leading up to the appointment to give them an even better experience.
A lot of times, like, I'm booking a facial weeks out based on my schedule, and I think a lot of people are either pre-booking them in the treatment room for their next appointment, or they are booking a little bit of a ways out. Knowing that your clients are typically booking weeks in advance, when you reach out proactively that week or the week prior, it's like, "Hey, Stephanie, I see you're coming in um, for a chemical peel this week. Is this still what your skin needs? Are there any other concerns that I should know about before that appointment, that I can make sure that, we address
Mhm.
in that appointment?" Just so the one, the esthetician can get ahead of it, but then two, it also prompts the client, like, wait a second, I booked a chemical peel. I'm actually, like, I just had a breakout. I think that's so impactful, and I don't think it happens enough. I, like, have barely seen.
I love that idea. And then between appointments and following up after the appointment, like it that rarely happens too. And like I'm thinking about all the salons and spas that I've ever been to, gotten an amazing service done, and then never heard from them again. And it's up to
Yeah.
me to book my appointment in the future. I just feel like that was nice for that one appointment. And then if you come back, that's fine. But if you don't, that's also fine. but we really want people to feel like they're special to us, that they're part of a community now.
Yeah.
So can you talk to us a little bit about what that kind of like follow-up communication can be like?
I think it kind of goes back to what works best for your schedule. And so if you have certain down days or off days or admin days, why don't you spend 15, 20 minutes checking in on everyone you saw from the week prior? And I think that's so impactful. And then also like a 30-day check-in. So you kind of
Mm,
have a couple different lists going on, if you will. It's like you have your upcoming clients for that week, your clients that you saw the previous week, and then the clients that you saw a month ago. And use that admin day to have, kind of your 3 check-in points and follow up with them, but also use technology to your advantage. And I think kind of going back to Pomp and some of the things that we have built in on the esthetician's behalf is we've tried to white label and when I say white label, we tried to remove Pomp as like the brand or at the forefront and really bring the esthetician to the top. And it's like, hey, you saw Stephanie a month ago and you ordered these products. Are you ready to reorder? Or hey, it's we're going into spring. Do you need a new routine for spring or a new SPS going into summer or spring break? And so you're able to use technology to your advantage in between those appointments to stay top of mind.
yeah, yeah, so important. And if anyone's watching this and they're like, "Oh, crap, like I've never done that." Like it's never too late to start.
Yeah.
Just because you haven't done it with your past clients doesn't mean that you can't start doing it even with your recurring clients. I love email marketing and I think not enough people use email marketing. So let's talk about having an online storefront. So essentially when you use Palm, you now have an online shop. Can anyone go on there and buy things from you if they just stumble across your Instagram profile, for example, or do they have to be like a client of yours to buy stuff?
So, what is really great about the storefront is estheticians, and we're releasing a feature, little exciting news
Mhm.
in a couple weeks where estheticians can essentially create a routine that they're able to publicly share. So before, if an esthetician could recommend a singular product to a client or to their social following, now with their store, they'll be able to create, if they have a very specific dry skin routine and they love and they're always recommending the same, 3 or 4 steps or products, they're able to publicize that routine and make it public and share that routine with, within whatever email that they may be sending out. I know, Stephanie, you alluded to email marketing. So leverage things like that to your benefit. And then also social. So using that to post on social, and then you're able to use that to drive new clients. So if you're building your social following and you have a lot of, followers that aren't in the same city or state as you, but they're coming to you for expertise, use retail as, as your to your advantage when you're able to monetize that.
So a lot of estheticians, as you probably know, are going more online. And I like that you talked about offering virtual consultations, virtual appointments. And it goes perfectly hand in hand with having your online storefront. So a big thing that I'm sure that you've seen with your estheticians is promoting retail products on Instagram. Whether you have an online storefront or whether you just
Yes.
sell, in-person retail products, we know that social media can be a great place to promote certain products from clients like between their appointments or just people who find you on Instagram. But we don't know what to say. It's like, how do I actually talk about retail products? And like, I think a lot of people just take one of those like stock photos that they find on the brand's website and like copy
Yeah.
paste the description from their website and put it on an Instagram post. And they're like, oh, it got 2 likes and nobody really saw this. So, what can we do to actually sell and promote retail products on Instagram?
Yeah. Well, I think a couple things, but I think one is just you need to simplify the experience because what I've seen so many times is someone will have they'll set up an affiliate with, 10 different brands or 10 different retailers, and then they're sending clients everywhere. And
Mm.
it's a horrible customer experience. One thing that we offer that I think is really overlooked is we create and provide a lot of digital assets for estheticians.
Mm.
So you don't need to spin your wheels creating your own custom content or just copying and pasting because clients can kinda read through that too,
Oh,
like, they
yeah.
can know taking someone else's, post and resharing it, it doesn't feel genuine. I think it's talking about it's like, how do you leverage Instagram and social to sell? But it's also how leveraging your personal experience with that product. Yes, they might have a static post that either we created or they, took from the brand's website, but then they're also talking about that product in a very personal way. Like, my client has been using this product and solved this, or I've used this product and saw this.
Yeah, I mean, the reason that estheticians are the people to sell skincare products is trust. It all comes down to trust. That's why your clients will go to you to get their products, even though they might be able to buy the same brand elsewhere. It all comes down to that personal story, that personal experience, and the trust. Um, so can you
Yes.
give us some examples of maybe some of your top sellers who are, making several $1,000s a month in revenue from their Pomp stores? What are they doing?
Yeah. So I'm going to give 3 examples. And the reason why I'm giving 3 is because what we have seen is if you are an esthetician, you you can be successful whether you are 100% virtual or you don't even have social. And the 3 examples I'm going to share kind of like shows the spectrum. So we have one esthetician before using Pomp, she's still only in person. She does not have a website. You have to physically call her. She only stocks hero SKUs of one brand and was only doing like selling about $250 a month in retail. So, but she has a very, very successful in-person business. After Pomp, use it and what she does is every single person that comes in for her treatment. She quickly creates their Pomp account, and it takes her, 3 to 5 minutes after every client, and now she went from selling $250 in skincare a month to now over 3,000.
Oh, wow.
We have another yeah. So then we have another esthetician who's kind of a hybrid. So she has a big in-person business. She also does virtual consultation. She also was using random affiliate links. She has a website. She was doing 30-minute consultations, but then after her virtual, she was spending over 30 to 45 minutes on Canva creating a routine. She was
Mm.
stocking 10 brands. She was doing even though she was physically stocking 10 brands, she was still only selling $1,500 a month in retail. So she had a big business, was still like crushing it, doing a lot, but one wasting, 30 to 40 minutes post virtual consultation. And while she was stocking 10 brands, she was still only selling about $1,500 a month in retail.
Mm.
After after this, she incorporated Pomp. She streamlined all of her affiliate links. So she created a Pomp profile, built everything, all of her recommendations within one place. So it was really easy for her to recommend different products through one spot. She also leveraged Pomp concierge services. So this is something where it's part of our elite tier, and we handhold and walk through, create routines for all of your clients for you. And so she went from doing $1,500 a month in retail sales to now over 8,000. And then last one, so then we have an esthetician who is 100% virtual. She carries no product because of, the nature of her virtual business. And so now after she is incorporating social still. She's doing more virtual consults, and now she's on top of her virtual is now selling over $10,000 a month in
Oh,
retail.
wow.
So I think you can have a very successful business. Again, like whether you're in person to
Mhm.
virtual to a hybrid of both, but then leveraging certain technology like Pomp to get more clients, to streamline your business. We have estheticians that are doing this and they're on Pomp for 30 minutes a week now. It's that you gotta have you talk about this as well. You need to spend the effort, getting your email marketing up and running. You need to spend the upfront effort on getting, your booking platform up and running, your payment processor up and running. You need to spend time getting Pomp up and running. But then once you do, it really takes the load off of what you're doing every day.
Yeah, yeah, it's so worth it. Like learning new technology, it's not always simple, even though I'm sure the pump has been designed to be like pretty stress free. I've seen that you guys do a lot of the heavy lifting for people. It's not like you have to design an online store. Like it's
Right.
all designed there for you. It looks beautiful. It's easy to recommend products, create a routine, etc. But I mean, there's a learning curve to everything. But once you have it set up, it's a system that works for you in your business. And I think that Pomp is so smart. So congratulations to you on, building this business, offering this amazing service to estheticians and spas. You're changing people's lives. And if anyone wants to check out Pomp, uh, we put a special promotion together. So do you want to, Shannon, tell them a little bit about the special offer that we have for estheticians?
Yes, so we're very excited about this. So we are offering 50% off of your first 3 months of Elevated. So this is our popular offering in Pomp. You have full access to digitizing routine, client messaging, education, samples, live webinars. So um, it's kind of our bread and butter of what Pomp offers. And so we're offering 50% for your first 3 months, your first quarter using Pomp. And the code that you would use is Stephanie50. So very easy, Stephanie50. So 50% off your first 3 months. And you would just go to plumpmovie.com and click sign up and enter the code at checkout. So very easy.
Yeah, it's so easy. And that elite plan is $49 a month. And so it's extremely affordable. You're getting 50% off for 3 months. So definitely recommend that you check it out. There's a link below this video to sign up. And any parting words for us, Shannon? We've got a lot of new estheticians in our audience, I know. So do you have any words of encouragement to someone who is just starting out, trying to grow their business, figuring out the retail, they're kind of feeling overwhelmed with everything?
I always say ask for help and don't be afraid to ask. This was advice. I never thought I would be a co-founder of a startup. And the advice I got years ago was, lean into your network. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And you would be surprised that, the people around you do want you to succeed and they might have, potential new clients for you. They might, do some pro bono work for you just to help. And so yeah, so don't be afraid to ask in your network.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for coming on, Shannon. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you soon on my next YouTube video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.